Colombia has always been a country that attracts attention in many ways. Perhaps you've heard its name numerous times in the context of soccer, Pablo Escobar, or the vibrant nightlife with attractive women. This country, located in the heart of the Amazon, has a population that has long yearned for happiness. Colombia has a highly diverse geography, being 5 times larger than its neighbor Ecuador, with a population of 52 million people, making it the second most populous country in South America, behind only Brazil. Medellin is often considered the country's most famous city. Few haven't heard its name. This place is one of the most popular cities for tourism and job opportunities for its citizens, and also, of course, one of the places with the highest crime rates, although much lower than in the past. The city gained notoriety mainly due to its association with the negative image of Pablo Escobar, the richest criminal in history, with an estimated net worth of $78 billion when adjusted for today. Thus, this city has always been known worldwide. In the 1980s, the production of cocaine expanded unimaginably, with Colombia becoming the world's largest producer of this substance. Imagine a period when almost 80% of global production was concentrated in the country. Today, the city has managed to transform this infamy into a favorable situation for tourism, partially dispelling the negative image. Streets that were once avoided are now tourist spots bustling with people coming to see street artists and colorful graffiti everywhere. It's the most sought-after city in Colombia for this distinctive characteristic, attracting visitors even to see Escobar's tomb. In Colombia, there's a class distinction among these buildings and poorer, socio-economically affected neighborhoods. Colombians call this stratum, for example. They classify neighborhoods by numbers ranging from 1 to 6, with the higher number referring to more noble areas, and the lower number indicating impoverished regions with almost no infrastructure. This is mainly done to charge for public utility services based on socioeconomic status. Those with greater economic capacity pay more for public services, while those with fewer resources pay proportionally less. People representing the second class or below are the second most populous in the country, together accounting for 44% of Colombia's total population. This includes small vendors like street sellers, hotel cleaners, and low-skilled workers predominantly living in rural areas with modest incomes. The people in groups 3 and 4 are the majority in the country, comprising over 45% of Colombian inhabitants. These are usually service workers, including hotel receptionists, nurses, and private security personnel. As for those at the top, they are a minority in the country. Families in this stratum usually have high incomes and own several vehicles. In these sectors, there are high-level private schools, tree-lined squares, spacious parks, and quality bars and restaurants. An example of this is the El Poblado neighborhood, the most noble and safest area where luxury apartments are found, and residents enjoy a clean and comfortable neighborhood. It's a favorite among many foreign tourists and expatriates as it offers all the comforts of a Western lifestyle. The cost of living in this area is high, but you get a lot in return. For example, a 150 square meter apartment in Laureles costs about 5 million pesos per month, including electricity, water, and internet. It's one of the best places to visit in Medellin, offering lush, tree-lined streets and areas shaded by cafes like Starbucks, where people can comfortably work without worrying about placing valuable items on the table and focus on what they're doing. In Colombia, as in many South American countries, living at a high standard is a luxury few have. Larger cities often have many thieves and robbers, regardless of where you live in Colombia. There's a saying among its inhabitants: don't put your arm out the window while driving, or a motorcyclist might steal your watch or phone. Although Colombia has shown significant improvements in this aspect, crime rates still exist across the country. Due to the number of people and movement at any hour, especially for outsiders, you need to be careful with wallets and bags in this country with many pickpockets. Tourists are advised by locals not to carry valuables or only take the essentials with small amounts of money to spend when going out. Interestingly, there was a period when crimes committed on motorcycles were rampant, and it was illegal for motorcyclists to wear helmets. This was so that if a crime was committed on a motorcycle, the perpetrators' faces would be captured by security cameras, allowing for quick identification and subsequent arrest by the police. Today, facial recognition systems have advanced significantly thanks to technology, making this practice no longer necessary. Medellin is a hot city. In fact, Colombia itself, being on the equator, is characterized by hot and humid weather. When people want to escape the heat, they go to shopping centers. Therefore, shopping malls and fairs in the country are bustling at any time of the day. One significant reason for this is the extreme devaluation of the Colombian peso, which attracts tourists from around the world. At the current exchange rate, $1 is equivalent to 4,000 Colombian pesos. You can get a healthy meal anywhere in the country for just 12,000 pesos, or approximately $3. Additionally, you can stay in luxury hotels for around $25 per night. The minimum wage in Colombia was set at 1.3 million pesos, or $330, a 12% increase from the previous year. Of course, most of the local population does not enjoy as comfortable a life as tourists. In terms of housing costs, rents tend to be more affordable, especially outside the main cities. In Bogota, the capital, for example, a one-bedroom apartment can cost around 1.5 million pesos per month, approximately $380. In smaller cities, these prices tend to drop significantly, making these homes a sought-after target. The country has a ride-hailing app system, and for about $3 you can get anywhere in the city without dealing with crowded public transport. However, locals prefer to use motorcycles, since buying a car is not easy for most Colombians. But it's important to note that not all city taxi drivers use the meter, so be careful. If you don't negotiate the price for your destination, you might be surprised by the charge upon arrival. Most people can't save much as their money goes to essential needs. Here, eating and having fun is incredibly cheap, but unemployment is high. It's not hard to find street vendors trying to make a living. The city center is lively with crowds everywhere. Due to the high unemployment rate, many people earn an honest living by making deliveries and selling their products at street stalls, such as drinks and food. Some prepare and sell a well-known soup in Latin America called mazamorra, costing 1,000 pesos, or about 30 cents. This corn-based soup is a favorite among Colombians, who culturally enjoy large portions of their typical foods. It's common to see people performing on the streets whenever the traffic light turns red, whether dancing, doing tricks like juggling, or cleaning car windows for money from drivers. In this regard, the countries are similar. At night, the busiest cities stand out with thousands of people enjoying and partying. Many come to Colombia just for the nightlife, claiming it to be genuinely the liveliest in the world. Whether you like it or not, Colombians are very friendly and love to have fun with Latin dances. It's possible to make many friends in one of the countries that promise the most fun and happiness, not only in Latin America but worldwide. When talking to any local at night, especially Colombian women who tend to be friendlier, it's very likely that person will smile at you and give you a chance to get to know them. Additionally, due to the more animated Latin culture, women even invite you to dance. These dances within Colombian territory are one of the most important details that connect people in the country. It's very common to see a foreigner dancing with locals or just getting to know the cities. The entertainment flows with the same intensity as the famous drinks and contagious rhythms of nightclubs and bars. The bohemian neighborhoods transform into true stages for celebrating the culture and joy of its people, which seems endless. Immersing yourself in the nightlife with the music reigning and many eager glances succumbing to sensual and elegant movements in this vibrant scene is common. Some say Colombian women are the most sensual and beautiful in South America. They love to dress more openly and provocatively, showing a very positive attitude toward communicating with strangers. If you establish prolonged eye contact, they naturally approach you. Moreover, Colombian authorities do not interfere or get involved in these interactions, making it clear that prostitution is allowed in the country, and police interventions are limited to those involved in drug trafficking without interfering in interpersonal relationships. People here are at peace with themselves. If you are going to Colombia to meet someone and have fun, as long as you are not careless, you will likely find someone suitable for your profile. Generally, the lively pace of life in Colombia is frenetic almost all year round, which favors various activities. Essentially, they have a very cultural structure with beautiful beaches and attractive people, receiving many visitors, mainly from places like North America. For all these qualities, perhaps Thailand in Southeast Asia is the only country that can rival Colombia in terms of excitement, festivity, happiness, and warm hospitality. These two countries lead the world ranking for high-level entertainment on a low budget. Walking down the street, you may randomly encounter a concert, a festival, a wedding, or even a crime happening. It's a bustling place. People have learned to live their lives amid this hustle and bustle and infect others with their way of life. Colombia is nothing short of an amazing country. Here, strangers become friends, people show their hospitality, and the joy of its people, despite facing adversities like inequality and poverty, along with a dark past, make this place special, manifesting in every smile and every celebrated toast that defines the essence of the country. Thank you for watching. If you like my work, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I invite you to continue your journey with us by clicking on this video. See you there.